Hi students, and welcome back. This video is to show you how to run a journal. And we would run a journal after we've entered in payments. Most facilities run journals at least once a day to see where their accounts are. And it also shows us, the user, what was actually entered and to make sure that things were done correctly. And for a medical biller, they would take a look at that information and make sure that things are accurate. And of course, the accounting area would do that as well. If you've been following along, we're working with my demo patient, Craig Test Smith, and it kind of mirrors your activity 913, Craig X Smith. And I just wanted to show you real quick, in the last video, we entered in payments from the insurance companies, from the explanation of benefits, remittance advice. We went through each line and we entered in payments. Once we do that and exit out and come back into the open items window, I just wanted to show you how that looks with the patient in context. All the payments that are completed, because Craig Smith, the 3 charges that I had put in were they were paid, they're done. He did not owe anything for those first 3. Now this one is a little different here, but the first 3 were completed. They have disappeared from the open items window because they're done. Now this 191, if you remember, at the very end of that last video, I used this as a demonstration to show what would happen if a charge was denied and it was transferred to private pay, meaning the patient or the responsible party is responsible for paying for that. So this payment here has not been completed yet, right? It's still hanging out there in our books, so it still shows in the open items area. So just to show you what the open items looks like once you've entered in all the insurance payments and you've closed out and come back in, because you have to refresh that window, and then they would disappear if everything has been taken care of. If the patient owes any part of it, they will still be showing, and it will show what's left. So just wanted to show you that. Okay, let's move on to running a journal. To do this, we click on Reports. And it's way over in the right column here under Financial Reports. We're going to click on Today's Journals. And it brings up any open batches. Now, I've been playing around with mine, with helping students. I sometimes have to create new batches and try to work through things to try to figure out what's going on. So yours is going to look a little different than mine. But here is the batch that I used for this demonstration. I did the 913 Post RA's demo as my batch. I'm just going to click that and I'm going to add it. Whatever is on this right side of the window is what is going to be pulled to create the journal. So if you don't have patients showing up or you've accidentally had to create several batches or whatever, you might need to select more over on the left and add them. Okay, so I just selected it and I clicked add, it moved it over here. All right, and then we want everything as default, but let's also show the Show Payment Totals checkbox that will show that on the report. And we're just going to click Create Journal. And just like that, we see all the information that was done during my batch that I had, the Post-RA demos. So we can see Craig Smith, here he is, the charges, what was allowed and what was paid, the adjustments, and it shows that. Now, I do have this Thomas Barrett here, and that's just because if you've been with me through all of the demos, I showed how to push through charges, and I used him also as an example to saving charges. So that's why he's showing up here, because I did that when I had this batch open. So you always have to kind of critically think as to why are things showing up or why might things not be showing up. But just to show you that your journal for the Activity 913 will show all the patients in one journal, which is kind of nice. So just to illustrate here, this is what a journal looks like, shows the total payments. Again, mine is just for Craig Smith. It shows, what was paid, what was adjusted because of contracts and such, and just kind of shows all the totals. So that's how you run a journal.